For those of you who don't know, in Brookhaven there are several cars here on the right. But today, I want to test with you ways to drift here in Brookhaven. So for that, I called this friend of mine because he's going to help me drift and also help me test ways to improve the game's cars because the normal cars are very simple and I want to test ways to really upgrade the cars a lot. He's even staring at me here and said, there's going to be a vote. Let's see. And guys, it's true. I live in a society where, for those of you who don't know, you need to have really good cars. And if your car is really bad, there's going to be a vote to see if you'll be expelled or get to stay in the city. And these players are deciding what to vote. If they vote green, the player stays in the city, and if they vote red, he'll be expelled. But it looks like both chose red, and that's bad. This player is going to be expelled from the city. So I'm coming here to vote green because I can't let him be expelled. And now my friend is going to have to decide that. He said, I don't know what to vote. Look, he has to come here because if he comes to my side, the player won't be expelled. But this player is looking here, and he's even holding this candy, and said, if you come here, you get a candy. And guys, that's bad. My friend came here to get a candy, and he really got it. But now, unfortunately, this player was expelled. And that's just really bad. Now this player is going back to his house, and he lives right here, and he really just got a player expelled. But I want to test ways to improve my Brookhaven car, and also to drift. This player is even staring at me, and said, you're never going to beat us, and you're going to be expelled today. Guys, this is terrible. Now he's going back to his house, and apparently this is his house. But they all want to expel me, and I don't know why they're so mad at me. So much that my friend got here, because we're going to have to test lots of ways to improve my car, and also to drift. He said, I think first you should get a good car. And maybe he's right. For some reason I have a police car, so I have to choose a new car, but I don't know which car I'm going to choose. Actually, my friend is going to have to decide that, but apparently he doesn't know either. So I'm looking at all the cars on the right. This blue car might be interesting, but I'm going to choose this other car, because this car has a really funny bug. And besides upgrading this car, I also want to test ways to drift. So now I'm coming up front, because I have to hide this car, and you can even see that the players are spying to figure out which car I'm using, but they can't know that. With this car I can basically drive it even while standing back here. Just walk like this and the car will move along. This is definitely the weirdest car of all, because it has a bug that makes no sense. But my friend said, aren't you going to learn how to drift a car? Look, that's true. I had forgotten about that. So I'm coming up front, and up here I'm going to have to make some modifications to make my car look better. Perfect. Now you can see it looks like this, and it really looks way better, especially because I changed the wheels to these luxury wheels that look way nicer than before. But to drift, it's actually much easier than it seems, and there are 3 ways to do it. My friend said, why are there 3 ways if it's all the same thing? Look, it's because there's a difference. All the ways to drift are different. I'm going to start with the easiest one, and then move on to a harder one, and at the end the hardest one of all, and each way of drifting is better than the last. He said, I doubt it, and I don't know why he said that, and this friend of mine is acting a little strange. Now I'm back at the car, but up here I'm going to have to shrink this button like this, and you can see the car is starting to drift in a really good way. I can drift like this, and this really is a good way to drift, but it's not the best one. The best one is very different. But guys, there's a problem. The Lamborghini is coming over here, and this Lamborghini belongs to that player who was talking bad about me. And he came right here, probably to talk bad about me. But he's getting closer, and said, I challenge you to race against me and see who has the best car of all. Look, I can't do this, because his car is going to win, and his car really is very beautiful. But my car is very simple, and if I compete against him, I'm obviously going to lose and be expelled from the city. He said, so you're scared? And now he's laughing at me. But I'm going to accept the challenge and compete against him, because I'm really not afraid. Now he went back there, and he's coming into the city to start the challenge. But I don't know what I'm going to do, especially because I know I'm going to lose, and I also know that my friend is going to vote against me. He said, I'm going to vote for whoever has the best car. And now I understand. So to win, I'm going to have to upgrade this car of mine and make it a bit better. Here on the right, I'm going to grab this item, and now I'm going to get a spoiler and place this spoiler right here on the back. Perfect. That looks very nice, and my car is really improving. Now on top of the car, I'm going to place this item, so it starts to look different and more beautiful than the other cars. Now I'm ready for the competition. My friend said, this time it's not going to be a normal competition, it's going to be different. And guys, it looks like today there's going to be a competition I've never done before, because apparently one of the cars will stay on this side while the other car stays here. But before that, I have to impress this purple-haired player, because he's going to vote for one of us. But I'm almost sure he's going to vote red, especially because that's his friend. But now I'm going to have to drift in Roblox. Perfect! I'm drifting, and my drift is actually really good. I'm sure after this I'll be approved. I'm getting right here, and now they have to vote for the winner. But I think this player is going to win, and these two have to vote for the best car of all. His car only has a spoiler, while my car has a spoiler and also this light in the front. But guys, I don't know who's going to win, and I hope I do. And now this player came up here, and he's going to choose who he's going to vote for. And unbelievably, he voted for me. That is just so good, and I really didn't expect that, especially because he's the other player's friend. He was even shocked, and said, vote for me, I'm your friend. And the two of them are friends, but this purple-haired player is fair, because he votes for whoever has the best car. Now my friend finally came here, and I ended up winning this, while that player was expelled, and his house literally literally disappeared. But there's a problem. Since I won, I'm going to have to compete against this player. I don't know what his car is. I also don't know if I'm going to win, but I'm going to have to compete against him and see which one of us has the best of all. He said, I'm going to switch cars, and you better be ready to lose. Look, that's really weird. He actually thinks he's going to win, and he's even going back to his house. But I don't know which car he uses. I really have no idea what his car is. But I'm leaving here because I'm going to have to change cars. And every time you win, you have to change cars. So this time I'm going to have to get an even better car. Here on the right, I'm going to grab this blue car because it looks like this one is going to be really good for this. Even my friend just came back here, and he's going to have to help me make the best car of all. So for that, I'm coming up front. But first, I'm going to do the initial customizations on the car. Up here, I'm going to have to increase the speed and also change the tire. Perfect. The car looks like this, and it's really starting to look interesting. He said, add a spoiler and also lights under the car. Guys, I'm going to do that, but I'm also going to test the second way to drift, which is really going to be quite interesting. So first, I'm going to do the things he asked. Here on the right, I'm going to grab this spoiler and place it on the back of the car like this. And this is starting to look nice. Now I'm going to have to lower the car's suspension to make it better. So I'm coming to this location because I have to flip my Roblox car. I'm getting here, and now it finally worked. I managed to flip my car, but my friend accidentally bent my car. He even fell back here, and now I'm going to have to do all of this again. I'm having to do all of this again because my friend accidentally knocked over my car. Perfect. I'm arriving right here, and it finally worked. Here on the right, I'm going to grab this sign and place it right here. Perfect. I placed 2 items up here, and now I'll have to place 2 items down here. Now it looks like this, and my friend can already come over here since I finished my car. It really turned out quite interesting. Now he finally got here, and you can see that my car looks really good because it has this light underneath. So finally I'm going to test the second way to drift, and this one is really the best way of all. He said it has to be really good because the player must have a really beautiful car. Look, I think so too, and that player definitely has a good car. He even disappeared from here, probably because he's modifying his car, and that's impressive. So guys, I'm going to have to improve my car, but to do the second way of drifting, I'm going to have to come here and go to a very specific place. Now I'm arriving here in front, and I need my friend to get a house here. You can see now he's getting a house, but I need it to be the hero house because that house is going to be very important. Now that he got the house, I'm going to have to go up here, and now I'll have to come down just like this, very carefully to avoid problems. Now my car looks like this, and the secret is almost ready, but for some reason my friend is dancing. Here on the right, I'm going to have to grab this smoke and place it right in this part, and I'll do the same on the other side. Perfect. I placed smoke, and now my friend has to delete his house, so I can finally complete the secret, and apparently he deleted the house. And my car looks really good because now it's emitting smoke in a really cool way in Roblox. You can see smoke coming out from the back, like my car is actually really good. And if I shrink this button up here, my car starts drifting way better, and I'm drifting like this, and you can really see smoke coming from my car, like the drift is actually working. My friend said, what if you lower the car's speed? Look, that's pretty interesting. But you can see that smoke is coming out here in a really cool way. It really looks like my car is good. Up here, I'm going to lower the speed to see if I can drift better, and you can see that the drift got way better. So I'm going to lower the speed a bit more, and now my car is starting to get interesting. The car's drift is better than before, and this is really working very well. I can drift much more easily, and you can see that the smoke is following me. But now I'm going to have to go to the competition against the player, which is something I didn't want to do, especially because I think I'm going to lose. But I'm coming right here, literally drifting. But this is going to be a different competition. I'm going to have to stay right here because my car is completely red. Now my friend is coming here to the front, and apparently it's going to be my friend who's going to vote. But finally his garage is opening, and his car is not very good. Actually, his car is really bad. He literally has the worst car of all. But he's parking his car here, and his car is really ugly. You can see the spoiler is crooked. It's literally not straight. I even thought he was going to beat me, but now he's going to lose. He's even staring at me and said, that car of yours doesn't count. It's an admin car. But guys, my car isn't an admin car. I literally made all of this myself, and I don't know why he thinks my car is an admin car. But now my friend is going to have to vote for the best car of all. This player is even holding an ice cream and said, if you want an ice cream, just vote for me. And guys, that's bad. My friend is deciding who to vote for, but he simply has to vote for me. Now he arrived right there, and he finally came over here, which means I ended up winning. That player literally lost, and now I'm officially the winner. He even came over here and said, I challenge you to beat me. Look, but that's weird because me and my friend are friends, and I don't know why he wants to compete against me. He even changed his avatar, and now he left to make his car. And I'm a bit scared about this because I'm going to have to compete against my friend, and I really didn't want to do that. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to delete this car to compete against him. Now I'm going to pick the worst car of all. Here on the right, I picked this car, and I'm going to make this car the worst of all because I don't want to beat him. Actually, I want to test the third way to drift in Roblox, but I'm going to set the car color to yellow, and now I have the worst car of all. This really doesn't look good. There's also this giant light up here, which makes no sense. But now, my friend is coming over here, and it looks like he picked a very similar car. Actually, our cars are very similar. Mine looks like this, and his is exactly like this. He said, wait, but who's going to vote vote if everyone was eliminated. And guys, that's true. All the players ended up losing and were eliminated, and only the two of us are left. So I don't know what's going to happen. He said, we are immortal, and I really think that's what happened. But the third way to drift, for those of you who don't know, is the best of all. I'm going to have to enter Roblox Studio, and I'm going to have to get a drift car. But these two cars I picked are already good for doing that. So I want to test these two cars now. But for some reason this car is very heavy, and I can't drive it, and it's weird. Now it finally worked, and I'm starting to drift in a really cool way. This should be added to the original Brookhaven. But now I'm coming up front because I want to see if this car works. And it really works perfectly. And now my friend is going to have to follow me on Roblox. Now I'm here in the game, and my friend just joined too. He said, wow, did you make these two cars? Obviously it wasn't me, but I'm coming here to test this car, and my friend came too. And for some reason he got really tall. I'm driving this, and everything really worked. This feature should exist in the original game that lets me drift like this. And you can see a lot of smoke coming out of here. And literally this drift makes a lot of smoke. And guys, if you want to add me on Roblox, just click the become a member button. I'll add you on Roblox.